Well, no one told us life was gonna be this way. Your life's a joke, you're broke, your love life's DOA. What's up guys, I'm Yes or No, and today I'm putting the Tay in responsibility. That makes no sense unless they know your name is Taylor. That it is. But you can't call me that. Just kidding, you can call me whatever you want, just don't call me crazy. So there's an interesting thing that happens in the States when you turn 18. Basically, you become a full-fledged adult. That's right, you are a bird out of the nest having to make it on your own. You are no longer able to just accept the regurgitations of your mama or papa bird. The papa birds regurgitate? I don't know. It's beside the point. Basically, it's very interesting. So at 18, when you're an adult, you become fully responsible for every decision that you make. So then it stands to reason that you'd want to make sure those decisions are fully your own and not just the echoes of stuff that other people have told you to believe. Right? Because make no mistake, other people are always trying to tell you what to believe. Always. You're like, okay. Ooh, I wish I could know. I'm gonna look this up. So I remember I was in an econ class once that told us just how many logos and brands we're exposed to on an everyday basis. It's like some insanely large number. I'm gonna look it up. The average human sees 6,000 to 10,000 ads a day. And I'm gonna need to see some ads for phones because I'm gonna need a new one. Right, so just think about that. When you consider how much pressure people already have from like their family about what jobs to do or what religions to practice, and then you consider the judgment they get from their friends about who to date and what to wear, it's like now you have to contend with 6,000 to 10,000 advertisement impressions per day. Diamonds equal love. This bikini will get you the Greek lifestyle you've always wanted. I do want that Greek lifestyle though, so what bikini do I have to buy? So question, how much time do you actually spend thinking about what it is that you want? Because I can guarantee you it's not nearly as much time as advertisers spend trying to manipulate you into wanting what you should want. So when you start to think about it, it's like, whose ideas are these really? You know, and I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that, you know, advertisers don't always have your best interests at heart. You know, even the people who do have your best interests at heart, you know, you're competing with hundreds of them versus your own voice. So really, whose wants are you living out? Whose ideas are you manifesting? And how do you know that they're your own? Oh God, she asked so many questions. Exposed. And what got me so inspired to make this video was I made that video a little while back about whether or not porn was cheating, and people were writing their comments down in the discussion below, and they're like, yeah, it is, or no, it isn't, or I'm really unsure. I'm a little too young for this discussion. But what annoyed me more than anything were these people who responded saying like, no, you're wrong, you're dead wrong, and like just trying to like scare people out of their original opinions. So what I really think it is that every 18-year-old needs to know when they become an adult is it is now your responsibility to know that you cannot let anybody else gaslight you, right? Whether that's society, whether that's your parents, whether that's your friends, whether that's yourself. You should not let anybody gaslight you out of what you are feeling, she says in a very aggressive, influential way. No, but I truly believe that if we want to live in the healthiest version of society possible, then it would behoove us to know what we want and to not tell other people what they should want. Do you know what happens when you repress your feelings? I mean, I'm sure we've all been there. Basically, like when you try to shove down what you actually want, those emotions come bubbling up to the top of the surface like a good old fizzy drink. And then before you know it, boom! Josephine at the office becomes an unsuspecting bystander. Boom! Customer service rep. Innocent victim. But also it's super interesting because there have been research studies done on this that when you repress how you're feeling, you're actually releasing cortisol in your body, which is then weakening your immune system and making you more susceptible to certain illnesses, diseases, or cancers. So you're doing like significant damage, not only to the world and to other people, but like probably the biggest damage you're doing is to yourself. It's so fascinating because I truly believe the next big movement in our world is going to be a feelings revolution. I know we think it's artificial intelligence, but nope, it's feelings. As we become more and more robots, we need to learn how to love. System overload, can't process. And I'm just gonna go off on tangents here because I find it interesting. So, I mean, I am truly convinced that if we focused on our own feelings a lot more, on our own wants, and didn't tell other people to shut theirs up all the time, that we could alleviate a lot of the pressures and problems that we have in the world. Because when you think about it, repressed feelings are responsible for so much trauma, so much abuse. Like, they're connected to the white nationalist movement. I mean, they're connected to, heck, just standard workplace depression. It's so many things are tied up in repressed feelings. There's this one guy in this group that I'm a part of who is talking about feelings as being kind of like this sixth sense. And now I'm really going off into deep territory you guys didn't think I would. But he's kind of like, when we talk about feelings, right now we only talk about them in terms of like, I feel sad, I feel happy. But it's like, we don't actually know how to describe those. Like, what do you actually feel? Like, what is sadness? Like, oh, it's like a heaviness. You know, happiness is like, maybe like a glow. You know, so we don't have any way to map our emotions. So it's quite interesting that not only are we pressing down how we're feeling in everyday world, but like we don't know how to express our feelings even when we want to. So I am convinced that the next revolution is going to be in the feelings realm. And that's why I think like if there's anything you need to know as an adult for how to tackle what's coming next, I think it would be how to tune in with your own thoughts. Isn't it ironic that the same things that made us seem like kids, you know, our emotions, are the same things that can make us better adults? But instead of just displaying our feelings like we used to when we were kids, now, instead of suppressing our feelings, I think what's really gonna make us real adults is being able to identify our feelings and learning how to use those to help us navigate what direction we actually want to go, and not just the direction that 6,000 to 10,000 ads have told us we should. Speaking of all that, this was just one giant advertisement to get you guys to donate to my Patreon. Just kidding. Please feel free to donate there if you want to, or if you would like to donate to my soul, please go watch more videos. Bye.